Hey everybody, I just want to start off by saying March has been a little bit busy for me, so that's why there's not been a lot of content recently. I post on Instagram when I can, but for the most part, I've been a little busy this month, so I've had to put the channel on the back burner. I'm starting my last class for college this week, so 10 more weeks and then I'm graduated, and then hopefully after that I'll be able to bring some more content to the channel. But if you've noticed in the past, January, February, March have always been a little bit difficult to create content. There's not, at least for me, there's not a lot of events for me to go to locally, so it's a little hard sometimes. And this year is, no exception. Hopefully next year I'll have some more stuff lined up early on in the year. So with that out of the way, I'd like to talk to you about this car sitting behind me. This is a 1977 Datsun 280Z 2+2. We bought it in 1997. Right when it was 20 years old, so we've owned it more than half of its life now, and it's been kind of a project car for my dad and I. Since I was a year old. Now a lot of people have asked me, why did you guys go with a 2+2? Those are heavier, they're less desirable. Nobody really wants a 2+2, so why do you guys have one? Well, the original purpose for the car, he bought it running and driving, and it's just been a fun car for my dad and I and my mom, for the three of us to kind of roam around in, and that's what we used it for when I was little. The three of us would get in it, we'd go up the local canyon behind us, Bokeh Canyon, and drive around and just have a good time in it. And that's what we did for a number of years. And my mom eventually started to dislike the car, and I got a little bit older, so I moved from sitting in the back seat to sitting in the front seat to being underneath the hood. I did my first oil change on this car when I was 8. I did suspension when I was 12 in this car with my dad, and it's the first car I did a valve adjustment on. And this car has a lot of firsts for me, so that's why it's very special to me. I learned how to drive stick on this car when I was 14, so this car is very sentimental to me, and it's kind of been there my whole life. So I don't have any plans to get rid of it soon, and I want to keep it as long as possible. This car has been on Millennial Motoring before, very early on, 2015. There's a couple clips floating around the internet somewhere. I honestly don't know where they are. They may not be on YouTube anymore. But yeah, this car had been in a couple videos in the beginning of Millennial Motoring, but we didn't really have a lot of content to produce for this car. Just so you know, it runs and drives. It's just not smogged. So that's what I'm going to be working on. That's what this video series is about. Getting it back on the road, having fun with it, taking it to car meets and shows, and just driving it, going back up okay with it, and eventually doing little things to it, and then big stuff. I have a set of carbs from a 75 Skyline 2000 GTX that we're going to put on this car. They need to be rebuilt, but that should free up some horsepower for this thing and make it a little more fun to drive. But this car is not going to be a track car. It's just a cruiser. It is just for fun to get in it and go and just enjoy it. Hopefully in future videos you're going to see my buddy who's even more of a Z-Nut than I am. He's got 4 of them and a Roadster. He's going to be helping me with this, and he knows way more about these things than I do. So yeah, this is going to be something we're going to be working on this year, and I hope you guys enjoy the ride, and can't wait for you guys to see this thing out on the street. Flip-flops. Jesus. There it is.